Kiyuma traffic, Cessna 116 Bravo, taxiing to runway 28, Kiyuma traffic. Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. This is our second flight of the series, doing our VFR training. Let's go ahead and release the parking brake here. We'll be taxiing to runway 28, which is going to be over on the left. We're going to have to back taxi. If you joined us last time, you were able to see us fly from Oceana County to New Kiyuma. I believe this is in California. So, both were uncontrolled airports, but today we're going to be doing uncontrolled airport to a Class D airport. So we put our brakes on right there. Check for traffic on the runway. We had traffic just depart not long ago, so we'll make sure he's not flying around in the pattern. I don't hear any more transmissions from him. And before we get into it, I'm going to set the parking brake real quick, let you guys know what we are doing for today's flight. I'll go ahead and bring up SkyVector for you guys to see what our flight plan is today. So like I said, we're going to be flying from New Kiyuma to San Luis County Regional, which is I think about what, 60 miles or something like that. So we'll be taking off here at runway 28, which is going to have us going north. We'll fly straight out. Usually, I would like to fly this visually and kind of just stay in the valley, but we have quite a bit of cloud cover again for today's flight out here, so we're probably not going to be able to do that. We won't be able to see. So what we're going to do is going to climb up to 65,000 out of New Kiyuma, and that's what we'll be cruising at. And right around 28 miles from the airport, we're making a left turn to around 270 to follow the Morro Bay to track the 270 VOR for Morro Bay, which is going to be 122.4. It's going to be the navigational frequency for that. It's going to be about 30 miles to the actual VOR, but we minus that from 6. So what, like 23, something like that. So if we are, if the clouds clear up, I have a few visual references to kind of look at. We have this, whatever this is, this little body of water here that we hopefully can see. We also have this water that we tried to find last time we couldn't find. Now I found out why I couldn't find it. It's because it actually was a bit higher than I thought it was going to be as far as elevation. It was already in the mountains, and there was mountains surrounding it. Over here in these little tan areas is when the mountains get really high, but before that the mountains are already building up in this area, so we weren't able to see that. So we're going to try to do that. Going to try to fly to the VOR. I'm trying to not set the GPS so much, so we're going to try to fly by the instruments up above the clouds. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to give it a try. Flying into Class D airspace of San Luis. Looks like the top of that's going to be about 27,000 feet. We'll be requesting, talking to tower to request landing at runway, I believe it's 29er. I think it's 28. I can't remember. I gotta take a look at that and see if it's either 28 or 29er. So short flight. Should be about 30 minutes or so, I assume. So let's get out there and just do it. Alright, back in the aircraft, we will go ahead and let New Kiyuma traffic know that we are going to back taxi runway 28. Let's go ahead and do that now. New Kiyuma traffic, Cessna 116 Bravo, back taxiing runway 28, New Kiyuma traffic. There we go. Let's go ahead and release the parking brake and start rolling on the runway. So it's not a long runway, but we got to taxi all the way down to the end and then turn around to take off runway 28. So as you can see right now, it looks like pretty clear skies over New Kiyuma, which is nice. Very, very nice day over here. But once we turn around, you'll see how cloudy it is over the mountains right now. So I don't see that changing. All right, we're gonna turn around here, make a U-turn. There we go. As you can see right there, all those clouds over there in the mountains. So usually I would like to fly straight into the little valley there. Very, very good visual reference to guide us to where we want to go. But today, I don't think we will be able to see it. We'll see once we get in the air, though. New Kiyuma traffic, Cessna 116 Bravo, taking off runway 28, straight out departure, New Kiyuma traffic. All right, let's go ahead and turn the lights on. Mixture up. Don't need any flaps. Let's go ahead and take off. Throttle at full. I think there may still be a little bit of a crosswind. Airspeed is alive. .60 knots. Rotate. Alright, we're just going to fly straight out. Pretty much right directly ahead of us is where we're headed right now. We're going to keep flying pretty much runway heading until we reach the 270 radio for the Morro Bay VOR, which we should be able to see right there in the little pink, that little pink line there should guide us in that direction. So we'll see. We'll see if it actually works. Give it a try, trying to use different ways of navigation rather than always just using the GPS, where the autopilot does everything for you. So again, guys, we're taking off out of Nuku'yuma, flying the our second VFR training flight for the CAT-02 rating on Pilotedge, flying the Cessna 172, the G1000 avionics package. Gonna give this a try. Hopefully we do all right. A little bit bumpy out here. Once we get up in the air and get settled, I'll go ahead and fix my radios up and get those prepared for the Addons and everything. It's beautiful out here, though. I mean, the cool thing about doing stuff like this is that you get to fly into places that you never would really have flown into. Like, I have never heard of Nuku'yuma before in my life. So it's pretty cool to come out here and be able to see the scenery. Mostly looks like desert. I don't know if it's always like this. This is Ortho 4XP scenery I'm using on X-Plane 11. As you can see right here on our display, it says we're about 53 nautical miles away from the MQO VOR, which is where we're headed right now. And I have my CRS set to 270. We'll see if that actually works like it's supposed to. This is honestly the first time I've really tried tuning into a VOR with the G1000. I've used the older package on the older Cessna 172, but I've never tried it with this one before. So lots of new things. We're also tuned into the I think it's called Fellows VOR, which is actually off to our right. And we're about 9 miles out from that. We're not going to fly to it, but I'm kind of using that as also as a reference. We're flying away from that also, pretty much on this close to the same radio, outbound though. Passing 4,000, we'll probably try to level off at around 6,500, depending on how the cloud cover looks. If we have to go higher, we will. As you can see right now, flying to a little bit of clouds now, a little haze. No, that's definitely a cloud. Alright, so I think this is a pretty good time while we're climbing to go ahead and tune into the Addons for San Luis, which is 1206. This right here. So go ahead and type that in.
We are Bonanza 36. I will report the 5-mile final for runway 29.
Bonanza, okay, thank you.
Alright, there we go. So we got the Addons, and we're actually already far enough to see it. So information Victor, so go ahead and type that in.
Wind calm, visibility more than 10. Sky clear, temperature 15, dew point -24. Altimeter
Trying to do my best to keep the yoke straight right now. We'll pull the power back a little bit. We're still climbing, but I'm trying to hitting a lot of turbulence. I'm not using autopilot yet. Trying to get us to the top of these clouds before we approach any high terrain or mountains. So trying to get through the clouds right now, passing 4,700. But we do have information Victor. Altimeter's gonna be 3003. Just go ahead and change that also.
Wind calm, visibility more than 10. Sky clear, temperature 15, dew point -24. Altimeter 3003. Arriving runway 29, departing runway 29. Advise on initial contact.
We're expecting runway 29. It's good to know sky is clear is what it says. So we'll see how clear it looks when we get there. But it says sky clear, so we'll see how accurate that is. Hopefully it is clear. so we can actually see where we're
San
going
Luis Co. RGNL
once we get through all these
information
clouds.
Victor. 1800 Zulu weather. Wind calm, visibility more than 10. Sky clear, temperature 15, dew point -24. Altimeter 3003. Arriving runway 29, departing runway 29. Advise on initial contact, you have Victor.
Bumpy, it is so bumpy. The nose down a little bit. Alright, we can go ahead and tune out of the ATIS. We have information, Victor.
Off with you at 1300, describing to 2500.
Just a 486 Golf Hawthorne Tower, port out the Hawthorne and 405 freeway. Maintain VFR 2500 outside Los Angeles Bravo airspace till advised.
486 Good Golf will maintain 2500, stay outside of the LA until advised. 486 Good Golf.
Alright, so I'm going to turn that down a little bit because we don't quite need that yet. I just have us monitoring that for now. But we can kind of see the valley just a bit over the clouds. You can see there's mountains off our left, and there should be some mountains off our right, just a little bit over there. So I think as long as we stay to the left of these mountains here on our left wing, we should be pretty much on course. We're getting thrown around right now, though, that's for sure. Holy crap. Alright, we're at 5,500. Let's go ahead and set our altitude. 6,000, if I can actually get the button to click.
Tower. I thought you said you're going westbound.
That is correct. And if I'm going to transit the
And we'll turn on our flight director, which is over here. And the flight change.
Takeoff boost requested.
They take off and wait for 6:05.
Alright, bit smoother skies up here above 6,000 feet. Still a little bumpy, but we are in a Cessna 172, so can't expect too smooth of a ride, huh? But I'm telling you, these clouds are making things a bit more interesting for us when it comes to flying VFR. Came out here with the intention to really fly visually and by, you know, ground references, but when you can't really see the ground references, that makes it very difficult. Still flying pretty much runway heading. Alright, there's 6,500 coming up. Go ahead, autopilot. Should, I think it's holding our altitude. Yeah, it is. What our heading also.
486 Golf. I didn't hear you call over the freeway. I just want to verify your position.
486 Good Golf is almost.
We're going to turn our land lights off. It's off. Veto heat will leave on. And taxi lights off.
486 Golf, in that case, you're in violation of the Los Angeles Bravo airspace. And that's going to be a fail from the radar here. We'll try that again.
Yes, sorry. Well, I should have called you when, please? Over the
I'll talk to
highway.
the report over the Hawthorne and 405 freeway. That's the waypoint, the Victor Papa Leon Sierra Romeo waypoint. You're supposed to report to me over that point, and at that point you'll get further instructions to contact the appropriate controller. And also the other instructions were for you to remain outside the Bravo airspace.
Roger, that's correct. What was that waypoint again? L what?
It's on the chart at the sectional. It's Victor Papa Lima Sierra Romeo BPLSR.
Roger, thank you very much. I'll try again.
At San Luis Beach, that's where the 2 tables clear.
That's not going to go past the CAT-02 taxi parking Alpha.
Taxi parking, the Alpha. Thank you, sir. How'd you take it?
So it actually sounds like I was over here on the radio. It sounds like someone else is out here flying their CAT-02 also. I think that was the guy who took off probably about 10 minutes ahead of us. I was still getting ready, getting the plane loaded up when somebody else took off out of New Kiyama. I was hoping to get in the air a little bit sooner, so maybe we could fly a little bit closer to him, but that didn't happen, obviously. I'd take forever. I'll tell you, it takes me forever to get off the ground. I'm like, so like I'm trying to plan everything. Okay, I'm gonna do this here. I'm gonna do that there. You know, so beautiful flight though. We had a really overcast back there. You can't see a darn thing. Once you get over in this area though, as the mountains start to, the terrain starts to lower, you can see a whole lot more of the ground and the beautiful scenery out here. We're just just east of St. Louis. We're not just east, but you know, we're about 30 something miles out. 37, 40 miles east, I assume. We're cruising though. So this will be my first CAT rating that we're doing with actual ATC. The first training flight that we did was our CAT-1. It was flying from 2 non-towered airports, and now we're flying to 1 towered airport in a Class D airspace, or a Class D airport, I should say, not Class D airspace, but Class D airport. It's a little different flying this plane, like with VORs and whatnot. Like I said, I haven't done that really yet. Can I click on this? No, I can't. So it's a little different. I feel like I may be missing something. What is PFD? CDI. Oh. Is this what I should be on? CDI. Alright, so we're gonna make our left turn towards the Mero Bay VOR. I think we actually overshot the radio for it, to be honest with you. I think I was using the wrong mode. I was using something else. OBS mode instead of CDI? Not 100% sure. Again, first time using this first time using this interface. I know how to do it, but I just haven't done it with this interface, so it's a little weird. But I think we're probably... So remember that the airport is actually 6 miles. 6 miles past... Actually, 6 miles before the Mero. I'm probably gonna say that wrong like a million times, by the way. But I think it's about 6 miles before we get to that VOR. So I have to keep that in mind. This is not our ETE. Like, this is not our distance to destination. It's actually 6 miles minus 22. So pretty soon we'll be talking to tower. We actually can switch over to the Addons real quick and get the most recent Addons.
San Luis Co. RGNL information Victor. 1800 Zulu weather. Wind light and variable. Visibility more than 10.
Alright.
Sky clear. Temperature 20. Dew point -19. Altimeter 3000. Arriving runways 1107. Departing runways 1107. Advise on initial contact. You have Victor.
Alright, we have Victor. So probably a route when this says 16. When it says 16, that's when we'll tune in. We should be about 10 miles out. I can reach the 16. My math could be completely wrong because I hate math, but I know that is a part of aviation and something I have to deal with. San Luis Tower, Cessna 116 Bravo, 10 miles east, full stop landing with Victor, requesting CAT-02.
So 116 Bravo, San Luis Tower, make sure to do not report 5 mile final.
Cessna 116 report 5 mile final. Hope I said that right. I had them turned way down, and I need to turn them up. So I'm turning them up now. And we will go ahead and turn off autopilot, and we'll fly her down. So we need to report 5 mile final. Keep in mind that the VOR we have tuned in is, let's pull the throttle all the way back to idle. The VOR we're flying to is actually 6 miles past the airport. So kind of looking around right now to find the airport itself. A lot of clouds kind of blocking our vision. So I'm gonna try to fly in between the clouds here to get a better view.
Burbank ground, Skyhawk 378 Foster Alpha, ready to taxi. Out the southeast ramp.
278 Foxtrot Alpha, Burbank ground, runway 8, taxi via Charlie, cross runway 15 on Charlie.
I do not have visual of the runway, but I'm pretty sure it's over there to our right, under those clouds somewhere.
378 Foster Alpha, runway 8,
So
taxi via Charlie, cross runway 15 at Charlie.
And we're going mad fast. Oh, there it is. I have visual. And we are
516 Delta Mike, Badge had the weather, San Gabriel, field 12 o'clock, 18 miles port in sight.
almost 5 miles out. So I'm going to kind of put the aircraft down and we'll lose some speed.
41903, contact LA Center 134.65.
Make sure we don't step on anyone. St. Louis Tower, November 116 Bravo, 5 mile final.
416 Bravo, runway 29 clear to land.
29er clear to land, November 116 Bravo. Alright, we are clear to land at St. Louis. We do have the ground
System Mike, garage, let me know when you have the field.
frequency. Actually, we don't. I think it's one. Crap, what is it? We'll just land first. We'll worry about that when we get on the ground. I don't want to distract myself from landing.
This is 41903, LA Center, Las Vegas, altimeter 29083.
Alright, here we go. Speed's coming back very nicely there. Added in those flaps that really brought the speed back. Alright, right on the glide slope now. So the VOR, as you can look on our HUD down there, it actually, or not HUD, but our display, it's actually to the west of the airport, to the northwest of the airport. I'm telling you, man, clouds make things so much more interesting. We kind of have to like zigzag through those clouds just to be able to see the airport. Another notch of flaps. See cars driving down the road down there. The cool thing about this approach is it flies you right over this street here. Alright, one last notch of flaps there, bleeding off a whole lot more speed.
For 516 Delta Mike, thank you. Traffic 2 o'clock, 5 miles, same direction, out the case 3300, type unknown. Squawk VFR, contact the tower now, 121.2.
Looks like somebody else is on the ground over there. Just get it right in the center line, please. Alright, and we're down. Just a little bit harder than the last landing.
516 Delta Mike Monte Tower, enter left downwind runway 19er. Port midfield, wind 200 at 8, altimeter 2997.
And we will exit here on Foxtrot. Stop just past the hold short line. Probably be parking over there to the right somewhere. Clear? Yep. Alright. I never turn my land lights on. Good thing they don't know that. Whoops. Alright, flaps up. Let's do some cleaning up here. Put the parking brake on. We'll turn the taxi lights on because those should have been on already. Strobe lights off of the runway. St. Louis Tower, Cessna 116 Bravo, clear runway 29er at Foxtrot, ready to taxi to parking.
Air 116 Bravo, taxi parking via Alpha, have a good day.
Taxi to parking via Alpha, good day, thank you. Alright.
St. Louis Tower, Sierra Echo, India Alpha Mike, Piper Warrior with information Victor for a full stop landing.
Sierra Echo, India Alpha Mike, St. Louis Tower, make straight in, runway 29er, report 4 mile final.
Straight in for runway 29er, we'll report 4 mile final. Sierra Echo, India.
So I'm not sure, but it sounds like there might be a different controller online now. I'm not 100% sure, like I said, but we've been cleared to taxi to parking via Alpha, which is what we're on right now. Just taxi down here a little bit and we'll park. But it was another good flight, great flight, beautiful view, love the view. I believe we'll be flying in and around this area again in the next video. I believe we'll be doing pattern work actually. So if you're ever had any questions about pattern work or want to see how that's properly done, do not watch my next video. Just kidding. Hopefully I do it right, but I believe that is what the next training flight is going to be. It's going to be how to properly fly in the pattern with ATC. So looking forward to that. But again, this flight was fun, flying from an uncontrolled airport to a class Delta airport. Very good flight. I actually did learn a lot. I kind of learned how, through the material that Pilotedge was that gave us, how to contact ATC. We took off under a uncontrolled airport without any clearance.
Deliveries on 66 ready to copy IFR clearance to Burbank.
Or anything like that, and we're able to pick up clearance to land here at St. Louis. So it's pretty cool. I also learned a little bit. Let's turn them down.
Burbank Airport on departure fly runway heading. Radar vectors Fillmore.
I also learned a little bit about this plane. So I was pressing the wrong button before, so now I know how to tune into VORs correctly, which is pretty cool. So we'll park over here next to one of these other Cessnas, and we'll return to plane. I think we may switch it up for the next flight. I'll probably hop in something different. So far we've only flown the 172 on Pilotedge for our VFR training, so thinking we'll probably upgrade to a B-58 or something like that, Baron. So that's what I think we'll do. So stay tuned for the next VFR flight training, and we'll see if we get holy crap, these taxi skills though, right? Can't beat my taxi skills, baby. We'll see if we passed our CAT-02 rating today.
Our 116 Bravo CAT-02 pass. Have a good one.
Yeah. Thank you. Have a good one.
Ready, Foxtrot off. Go ahead.
Yay! We passed CAT-02, baby. I know that's like nothing. It's like the easiest thing ever, but still, it's nice to hear them say you passed. Anyways, guys, we're getting out of here. 3 choices: give up, give in, give it all you got. Peace, love, God bless you. See you guys next time, next video.